Hello everyone, right now I'm going to teach you how to earn money in cricket, but this will be a slightly different cricket. Be sure to watch, you will definitely find it very interesting. Look, we won't drag this out, let's jump into the game now. We are currently in the game Cricketx. Here, we are basically placing bets on cricket. I think everyone understands the mechanics involved. Nothing complicated, but I will teach you to play professionally here, so that you don't lose money, but earn as much as possible. Look, the first thing to pay attention to here is this. Here, or we bet down, we have the history of rounds. That is, we understand what odds the ball was flying to before. I will now suggest to you what strategy we will use. Also, take a look. We place a bet, putting no more than 10% of the balance, to avoid losing it all. I will even bet less. You can bet 5% of the balance, either 5 or 10% of the balance, but no more. 15% is already too much, but still acceptable. However, definitely not more than 15%, because that way you will never earn much and you will just keep losing everything. Look, we click bet, we place the bet. There is a signal for this game in my channel. I have been providing signals for years. I tell you when to bet and you click with me. I tell you when to stop and you stop at that moment as well. For example, right now. You received a message, stop, you pressed stop, and you earned everything. Signals come in 3 times a day, several signals, quite a lot, completely free. There is a pretty large chat that has been around for many years. Follow the link pinned in the comments, there you will find your information. My contacts will also be there. If you have any questions, you can always write to me and I will guide you. By the way, I will turn up the sound a bit. This bet didn't go through. Look, we currently have a positive line and we continue to place bets. By the way, I forgot to tell you the most important thing, guys. I got distracted. Right now, we shouldn't have placed a bet. I forgot to tell you the most important thing. We will take at odds of 2.1. So remember, not less, not more. Why? Because if we bet at lower odds, we lose profit. And if we bet at higher odds, we take on more risk. Yes, there are certain strategies when we bet at exactly 3x odds, but again, they are a bit different and I will tell you about them later in other videos, so don't get confused. Always choose one strategy and stick to it. The main thing, the most important thing, is not to bet too much, meaning do not bet 20% of your balance, because then you won't have a reserve for betting and you will quickly lose everything. So, you see right now there is a negative line. I am just waiting it out, waiting for a positive line to start, at least 2 positive signals to begin with a positive signal. This is when the odds are above 2, and a negative signal is when the odds are below 2, roughly speaking. A negative signal is an odds value up to 1.85, above 1.85 or 1.9 is positive. We're waiting for it to arrive now. By the way, this is our first pulse signal coming in. For some reason, my computer is lagging, meaning it's showing things very slowly. The regular game is going, well, a bit faster. Right now, you see, he is starting to pick up speed. That's it, I'll bet 2,000. Actually, I think maybe a bit more. Let's see, well no, we'll stick with 2,000. I won't raise it any further for now. Ideally, I should have waited for the next positive signal, but I will take the risk and bet now at the odds of 2.1, as I mentioned. I should have waited better because the line is negative. I regret rushing sometimes, but I bet small amounts from my balance, and that's forgivable in the sense that I don't lose much of my balance. That is, even if you lose 3 to 4 times in a row now, you will still be able to recover your balance later. That is, on the next positive line, when there are 5-6 signals in a row. Well, if there are 5-6 positive outcomes, you will recover your losses and comfortably end up in profit. That is, I also teach all of this on my own. In my channel, I write down all the strategies, all the tips, and when to use them. You can go read it. I remind you that the link is pinned in the comments under this video, and in this same channel there are signals. To access the signals, my contacts will be there. Message me and I will add you so you can earn together with us in real time on Cricketx. We definitely need to skip this round because it might indeed be possible to latch onto the 1-to-1 strategy. Now, let's definitely place a bet. The 1-to-1 strategy is when it goes like this. Minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. And now I am betting on plus. If the 1-to-1 strategy continues, I will definitely keep going, but I will also take at odds of 2 and 1. So, we wait. 2.1. What is going on? Lord, this is just some kind of injustice. I just sat down and raised my balance from 20,000 to 30,000. And then, when I turned on the video, some complete nonsense started. But overall, 1.84 is already considered a more or less positive signal. So I will wait for one more flight and repeat. That's it. I'm starting to repeat. And now we just wait. That is, you see, the main thing is not to rush. If things are going badly, it's better to stop and come back next time to work on your profit. That's it. 2.1. As I said, we've taken it. So, you see, for some reason it didn't display correctly, but now it has displayed. We got 2.14 and we won with a coefficient of 4200. Again, look, we wait for one round, we don't place bets, and then we will place a bet on the next one. Why is the odds 2.1? Let's say we made approximately 20 bets, 10 won, 10 lost, but we will still be up by about 10% because of that one unit, due to the 10 winning bets in total. By the way, if this continues to go into the plus, then perhaps a winning streak will begin, and we will recover all our investments and start making a profit. So, you see, the main thing is not to rush. But if things are not going according to plan, if you are playing and realize that it's complete nonsense, but nothing is working out at all, it's better to stop and come back in an hour or a day. So, don't rush to recover everything right now. Well, I'm also waiting for the odds of 2.1. Great. Great. We managed to take everything. We got it at 2.15. Excellent. That is right at the very end. My MacBook, for some reason, doesn't want to. It's just started. Apparently there was some kind of glitch in the game itself. Yeah, here we go again. -A starts again. Well, you see, my computer was, you could say, giving me a signal telling me not to place bets right now, to wait. But nevertheless, let's see how it goes from here. I mean, you see, even considering how many losses we had, how many negatives we encountered, we have more or less returned to our balance now. I will be recording a lot of strategies for Cricketx now, showing you what to do and how to understand it, because there is, for example, a strategy for the positive line, and I would start placing bets based on it right now, but I will also need to explain to you how it all works and why it is done this way. It's not that simple, and it definitely won't fit into this video. I don't like to drag things out. For now, we're still trying to collect profits using the same strategy. That's it, we're done. Again, by the way, it turned out to be 2.15. And right now, I'm placing a bet on a new round. So guys, remember, we do not use these two windows. We only bet in one window. This one, or this one. Never use two. By using two windows, you will lose more. Remember that. Great odds have flown in. After a high odds like this, in 90% of cases, you will have the next loss here. But I didn't manage to cancel the bet in time, so let's hope we get lucky. That's what I was talking about. I pressed the bet in advance for no reason. Don't make that mistake either. I rushed just now because there was a high coefficient of 11, and after that, it didn't make sense to place a bet. Right now, it makes sense, but I don't know if I made it in time. Managed. The odds are still at 211. We currently have a coefficient of 211, and I shouldn't have placed that bet. If it weren't for that signal and that bet, we would already be in profit. To avoid making the same mistake I did, and to come in and earn here with a higher probability and greater success. Message me. The link to my contact will be pinned in the comments under this video. I will add you to our signal, and you will also make bets online with me. Wherever I bet, you will bet too, and you will also win. Everything is completely free. So, let's try to place the last bet now. You see, now the odds are starting to become more interesting and higher, but usually, once I start making bets, I stick to the strategy I've chosen and continue to place bets based on it. In other words, I don't change my strategy all the time. If you keep changing your strategy, you'll only end up losing. This round, if it goes well, I'll try to at least reach a coefficient of 3. That's really disappointing. You see, I now understand that everything is going completely off plan. Sometimes I make unnecessary bets at the wrong time, and to avoid panicking now and trying to recover everything and losing my balance, as happens in 90% of cases, I will just record a video later showing how I will recover this balance, and I will explain everything along the way. Hope you know Cricketx. Questions? Contact me. Contact in comments. See you. Goodbye.